And what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Aussie here, back again with another video, bringing it to you guys, man, right here in the corner. It might be, they got a podcast name, cool. But on a much more serious note, guys, I want to talk to you today about happiness and self-acceptance. I really think these two play hand in hand with each other. Because we see it all the time. We see it with like celebrities and people who have a lot of accolades. They have a lot of resources, but they aren't happy. And 9 times out of 10, when we look into why they're not happy, it's usually something personal, whether it's emotional trauma, maybe childhood trauma, stuff they haven't accepted about themselves. It could be a plethora of reasons, but I think the main reason is self-acceptance. Because when you accept yourself, it's just like, okay, let's pause on that, and I'm gonna give you a story from my life. I had a big time accepting myself, like a really, really big, hard time accepting myself. Um, and I don't know why. Like when I try to think back and like pinpoint reasons as to why I didn't accept who I was as a person, um, honestly, it's kind of hard. I think it was more so just about my surroundings and like my surroundings. The people I hung out with. The people I wanted to be, the people I wanted to hang out around with, right? And even my own thoughts, and that was my biggest uphill battle when it comes to self-acceptance, because I would say the worst stuff to myself. Like I didn't need critics. Like I didn't need somebody to criticize this. Like I was my worst critic, and you are your worst critic, because everywhere you go, you go. Everywhere, every thought that you think about, you hear. So it's very important to, in a sense, be your own best friend. And for a while, I was my own worst enemy. Um, I would say for a very long time, I was my worst enemy, right? And it just got to a point where I was like, maybe, just maybe, and I could be wrong, but I've tried X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C, D, E, F. Maybe this plan J, which is, just accept yourself a bit more, accept your flaws, what you're good at, what you're not good at, and maybe things will go a lot smoother. And once I did, once I took the initial step to be like, hey, it's okay. Who you are, where you're at in life, it's okay. It's not going to be awesome every single day. Every scenario is not going to be picturesque every single day. But the problem that we go through, big inspiration in my drawing. So a lot of the people that I drew look a little Asian, but it's okay, right? There's nothing wrong with Asian people. Nothing wrong with the drawings. But it was that voice that I had that was just so critical of everything. Like I put on a fly fit, and in my head, I'm like, oh man, this outfit's trash. And the outfit makes sense. Black shirt, what I'm saying, jeans, maybe a little accessories, some fresh kicks, and just the average everyday summer outfit or whatever the case may be. And then in my head, I would literally talk myself out of something great and then put on something subpar. So that played, I think, at least for me, that played a lot in my road to self acceptance. And then not comparing yourself to other folks. That I would say that played as big of a role in self development, self acceptance, happiness, whatever you want to call it, whatever box you fit in, right? Is getting rid of those outside voices too, because they could be just as damaging as the inside voice if you let them. And while I haven't really, I've had a hand of experiences when it comes to people, you know, I see. I don't want to make it about me. right? But I can only talk through my experience for this episode, if that makes sense. And while I've dealt with negative naysayers and negative criticism from folks who aren't trying to make this type of step in life, um, you gotta rid those people. You know, they could be friends, they could be family, they could be associates, but you gotta know how to turn those voices off. Whether it's you separate yourself from those folks or you just don't listen. You know, uh, but constantly taking in somebody else's opinion of you when you really don't have a great opinion of yourself or an opinion of yourself at all, um, will be a disservice to you every time. Because people love to uh, put out their insecurities. The word was just right there in my head, y'all. I don't know where it went, but they like to put out their project. There we go. There it is. People like to project, and I've had experiences like this. We all do. The rain falls on all of us, but I think it's very important to have an understanding that if you don't have a good voice on the inside or no voice on the inside as far as how you see yourself, then it is of utmost importance to be aware of the voices that are around you. Because, just being 100%, guys, you gotta look at yourself and be like, okay, I'm here. Wherever here is, whether it's weight loss, whether it's money, whatever your situation, however this message can apply to your situation, you got to look at it like, okay, I'm here. I'm right here in this scenario. I want to get here. Whether it's a different scenario, whether it's an upgraded scenario, right, whatever, right? And I think in order to do that, you have to first accept the start. I know for a time of my life, every day I woke up, it was just like, nah, I don't accept this. I don't accept this. I don't accept where I'm at in life. I don't accept, this about myself. I don't accept that. I don't accept this. I don't accept that. And I noticed every time I didn't accept these things about myself that I didn't like, or these scenarios that I was going through, or these people, or whatever it was that was ailing me at the time, not that it was just going to go away, but it seemed to get worse. And I noticed as it got worse, I got worse. Whether it's through depression or whatever the case may be. And honestly, that's never a place that you want to be in. And I know it's very easy to find yourself in that place to where you want the change, right? You want the change. You want the change of this, that, yada, yada, whatever. But you're not willing to accept where you are right now, right? You're not willing to accept where you are in any form or whatever the form may be, to where that's making you feel like you gotta be or want to be in a better position, just whether it's for financial gain, just mental clarity, whatever the case may be. I try to tell my experiences, and hopefully my experiences will help you guys avoid or certain scenarios, or just be good to hear that you're not alone going through whatever you're going through. We all go through it in some form or fashion. But long story short, happiness has a lot to do with self-acceptance. Because I noticed once I started accepting things about myself, like, okay, I'm 40 pounds overweight. Instead of looking in the mirror like, okay, I don't like myself. It's just from those small changes in my thinking, right? In your thinking, just small, like, okay, I'm 40 pounds overweight. versus looking in the mirror, okay, I don't like myself, or uh, I don't like where I'm at financially, you know, versus saying, okay, I'm broke, I need to do this. And I believe that acceptance of wherever you're at in life just makes it a lot easier for you to be happy. Because happiness is a choice. It's not like joy. Happiness, you have to decide to be happy every day. Like, it's not something that's just going to come to you. And those, there are moments where it does happen. We just randomly happy. There are moments like that. Um, but I think, especially for people like me who are trying something outside of the norm, so outside of the the casual 9 to 5, 40 years at this company and retired. Um, shit, not even just that, just people in general, right? Just people in general, and the way the world is set up today, like you need this. You need to accept yourself where you're at in life, what's good about you, what's not good about you, um, in order to move forward, because that's what it's all about. That's the whole answer to what is life supposed. And I fumbled on my words. And I know you probably didn't understand what I said just now. And that's all right. So, in my conclusion, for a bit more happiness, you just need to accept yourself. Accept where you are, where you're not. How much weight you lost, how much weight you gain, what you eat on a daily basis, what you don't eat. Who likes you, who doesn't like you. Once you get to that neutral stance with yourself, things become a lot easier. They don't become undifficult. They don't become not easy, but they become less harder because it's hard to fight yourself and somebody else at the same time. And I think we do that as a species um, when we don't accept ourselves, and the other opponent is to be happy or to achieve a sense of happiness on a daily. So the this your boy Aussie. Uh, that's today's episode. Thanks for being in the corner.